Hey everyone, it's Dominique from Blogging My Undies, and today's Q&A is about having a baby in Finland. It came from a classmate who's expecting a baby rather soon. The kids are awake. It's actually Saturday morning, but I had a really late day, long day yesterday, so we'll pretend it's Friday. So having a baby in Finland, it's pretty straightforward. When you're ready to have the baby, you go to the hospital, they check you out to see how far along you are, and then they either determine whether you can go home or not, or if you should stay in the hospital in the birthing room. Based on our experience with the hospital that's nearest to us, you have your own room when you're delivering. You have the baby, and after the baby is born, then the baby will be placed on your chest as a mother. The baby will be placed on your chest to encourage breastfeeding as soon as possible and bonding. They may or may not wash the baby beforehand. It depends on how many other women are giving birth and whatnot. The biggest thing here that may be different from your country is that the midwives deliver the baby. The doctors are only involved if there's a C-section, anesthetics involved, or pain relievers of a serious kind, or if there's an emergency or something unexpected happening, then a doctor will come in to assist. But otherwise, it's generally the midwife that delivers the baby, and the midwife that you start with may not be the same midwife at the end of your labor, because they rotate shifts. And you don't have to call and book a midwife or anything like you would call and book your doctor and tell them I'm going to the hospital, can you meet me there? That doesn't happen here. And every birth that I've had here, I've had 3 of them, they've been all really pleasant and positive experiences, so really can't complain. With the V-Man, I opted for a pain reliever called perineal cervical block, PCB. So it's just a needle inserted down there, and it helps to relieve the contractions almost immediately for up to 2 hours. And then when the contractions come back, it just feels like you need to push. So it was pretty straightforward. However, I've heard from a lot of women, a lot of other local moms, that they had a really hard time healing afterwards. Epidural is also an option. Those are the 2 main ones. They used to have something called aqua blisters, which, was just, they would put a needle in your skin and then create like a water blister, and then your pain would focus on that, I guess, or something like crazy like that. But I didn't go for that. With the other 2, A-Man and M-Girl, I didn't have time for any pain relievers whatsoever, so I ended up healing better. After you deliver the baby and some bonding has been encouraged, and you took some family photos, then you would go and take a shower while the baby is being weighed and measured, and their APGAR test is going on, testing their reflexes and breathing and so on. Typically you can only have 2 people maximum in the delivery room with you. This is for the sake of space and, privacy and so on. So for me, I had a doula both times, which was just a really good friend, and also my husband, of course. After that, you would be whisked off to you would get a meal, something simple like a sandwich, yogurt, piece of fruit, something to rehydrate you and give you some sugar back into your body after your delivery. From there, you would go to your room, which is more than likely shared. They do encourage walking as much as possible. So for meal times, you would be expected to, walk yourself to the lineup or the canteen area to get your food. You can eat it in your room, or there's maybe like a community area in your hospital, in the birth ward. They have specific visiting hours. I think it's like 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and your spouse cannot spend the night with you. And the reason for that is pretty straightforward. They just care about the father's well-being as well as the mother's, and they want the father to take care of the other children if there are any, And if not, they just want the father to be prepared and have enough sleep to help the mom and the baby when they get back home. I don't know about C-section, but yep. But typical stay at the hospital is approximately 2 days post-delivery, and that's to ensure that you're doing okay and the baby's doing okay. They'll take what they call controls, meaning temperature and so on, and measurements to make sure the baby's all right. And if you're having a hard time sleeping because baby's staying awake and you don't have any milk coming in or whatnot, just page the nurse or the midwife, and they'll come and take the baby for you. The baby typically sleeps beside your bed in its own clear plastic box kind of bed on wheels. So if you need to shower or if you just need some sleep, like with the A-man, he had hiccups and I couldn't help him at all because hiccups keep the baby awake, so I wasn't getting any sleep. So I paged the nurse and they were like, of course, we'll take him for a few hours. So they took him for about 4 hours, which was just golden, and I was able to sleep, solid. And same with M-Girl, she was, being a bit picky, and she cried a little bit, and I just didn't feel comfortable leaving her alone while I took a shower while she was crying. So they just whisked her off for an hour so I could have a shower, relax, catch up on reading and whatnot. Yeah, when you leave the hospital, once a doctor gives you the green light and the baby the green light, they'll provide you the paperwork that's needed. For example, your chart during your delivery, or during your labor and your delivery. They'll provide you that chart information, and also you can provide your birth plan. I should have said that at the beginning, but anyway. And they'll try and help you as best as possible. Yeah, so they'll give you all the paperwork, and then you're free to go. And then if you are not a Finn and your spouse is not a Finn, or if your spouse, if both of you are not Finns, neither one of you is a Finn, then within about a week or so, you have to take the baby in for some blood test to check for, I think it's PKL or PLK, something like that. It's like a common liver disease or something that could happen, so they just do a blood test through the baby's foot. And it seems to be only common in non-Finns. So there's that. And, when you leave the hospital, typical North America, you have to have a car seat and be sure of the expiry date and yada yada yada. If you're not leaving by car or taxi here, you can take the baby out and leave the hospital by stroller or by baby carrier, as long as the baby is safe and the baby's dressed warmly. Get in your hospital bag, pack something for the baby and pack something for yourself to go home in. During your hospital stay, you'll be provided a robe, a nightgown, the socks, the sandal, slipper things. Pretty much the only thing you need to pack in your hospital bag is just like change of underwear, change of clothing. You'll be issued these like jumbo booty shorts for post-delivery, and also jumbo pads in the bathroom. And there is some like mild body wash / shampoo, but just pack your basic toiletries, and of course if you forget anything, just ask and they probably have something for you. So pack your toiletries, pack some entertainment like a book, pack your cell phone charger, your cell phone, your camera, maybe your battery charger for your camera, so you can take a bajillion photos of the new baby. Maybe a journal or something, just something to do. Meals are 3 times a day, plus 2 snack periods. That's pretty much it as far as I know. And in every room by your bed there will be a table, and you'll be able to, you'll see that there's, you're not having those. You'll see that there's a diaper bag for you. It's typically Libero brand, one of the common diaper companies here. It's a promotional package, but anyway, it's really nice. It's a basic diaper bag, and it's full of like a pair of disposable cloth breast pads, maybe some sanitary pads, and also some diapers, some wipes, some hand wipes, a small toy, and some information. So, and it's completely free. Post delivery, and when you get home, you'll get a go on. You'll get what is it? You'll get a bill, and it's approximately 32 euros a day. You know, prices may change, of course, for your stay. So the first day is when you check in, and the last day is when you check out. And if that's assuming you're covered by Kela. If you're not covered by Kela, then it can run up to, you know, quite a lot, like a couple €1,000 or something, a friend told me. So if you have Kela, awesome. I mean, the care I've received has been fantastic, very polite. They've tried to set me up with English speakers as best as possible. Or you can practice your Finnish as well. That's another option. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pack your toiletries, pack some entertainment, camera, cell phone, chargers, towel, and yeah, and clothes for you and baby to go home. So that's pretty much it for having a baby in Finland, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, bye-bye.